Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we're going to talk about the hit or misses that I've had with the summer collections that I've picked up. I mentioned back in, was it March, April? I guess it was, it's hard to tell, all the days are streaming together. I guess it was the beginning of April. All the summer releases that I was going to pick up kind of coincided with the Sephora spring sale. So I pretty much got everything that I was going to get for the summer collections all at once. There is one outstanding item, and we'll talk about it in the Will I Buy It, but I'll also mention it here. It's the Chanel Le Beiges, which will be coming out in a couple of weeks in the US. I might be able to pick it up actually while I'm on my vacation. Who knows? But anyway, I do plan to pick that up. But I picked up the majority of what I'm going to have for the summer, so I've started trying to figure out which of the things that at the end of the quote summer season, which sounds odd, but it'll be June, because January through March, I did a review on all of the spring, and then April through June will be all of the summer. So beginning of July, end of June, I'll do a wrap up of the summer releases, which will include the Le Beiges, and whatever else might come out from Chanel in June. But for now, I wanted to kind of give you an update of everything that I did pick up and what I'm really reaching for, what I'm really liking, and the things that I think were misses. I'm going to be upfront and tell you there weren't a lot of misses. Pretty much everything I picked up I really liked. That does have something to do with the fact that I was very narrow in what I decided to pick up. There are a lot of collections that I just didn't get. Like, I just didn't pick them up. So let's go through, and I have on my face a lot of this. So we'll go through from when my favorites and fails of spring 2022, which was 4 weeks ago when I'm recording this. So it should be about right. Okay, so let's talk about Suqqu. That's the first big collection. The Suqqu pre-summer or spring collection. I will be picking up the summer collection as well. So that'll be included at the end of the summer wrap up in July. It's probably one of my favorite Suqqu collections of all time. I'm a big fan of Suqqu. I've talked about it before. I did a video of like, is Suqqu really worth it? Because here in the US, it's tough to get. I now just pre-order with Selfridges. It's just easier. And I really love the collections. They really are beautiful, beautiful collections. This is the sea glass one. There was two. This is probably my favorite of the two. This green shade is just stunning on the eye. And I actually love all the shades. This blue is beautiful. Anyway, it's beautiful. Check out the video if you haven't. I have two videos. I have one directed at this one, which is more of the blue-green, and then I have one with the purple pinks. They just do a beautiful job at every collection. The summer collection is going to be a warmer, sort of, it looks bronzy toned, like almost like the Riviera and Bayard from Dior, which we'll get into in a second. But their formulas are just stunning. They look beautiful on the eye. They're great for an everyday look, but you can also amp them up. And they're very soft and ethereal, but also can pack a really big impact. I don't really know how they do it. I'm just impressed by, everything that they do. The blushes that came out, this one is the cooler, the lavender of the blushes. These aren't the melting blushes. These are the color blushes. The color blushes give you the highlight and blush, which are stunning. The melting blushes are like the Chanel of old, and the summer collection will have those in it, so I'm planning to pick them both up. These were great, though. They were beautiful, and I absolutely loved them. The lip fogs were gorgeous, great shades. And the lip glosses, love these lip glosses. You have this green, sea green, and then this like purpley lavender shade. This will cool down a shade. This will warm up a shade. They're really beautiful glosses. They're not sticky. They're not tacky. They give you a gorgeous glow. And like I said, they impart a little bit of color, but not so much that you can't wear it over a lipstick, or you can just wear it with a liner and warm it up or cool it down. So the Suqqu pre-summer collection this year, the Sea Glass collection, was absolutely stunning. Some of it may still be available at Selfridges, Harrods, or Liberty London. If it's not, I would say, and you're interested in trying Suqqu, the summer collection that's coming out, it is going to be a warm-toned collection. They also have a highlighter that they haven't done before. It's like a marbled kind of looking thing. if you're interested in warmer tones, I would really seriously consider picking it up. And I'll make sure that the Selfridges email is down below because it's worth it. It really is. The Suqqu collections have never let me down. Absolutely just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Dior. I'll do the collections and then I'll talk about the Sephora sale. The Dior summer collection, Riviera and Bayard. My issue with the collection has nothing to do with the shades, the formula, or the colors. Stunning. Riviera and Bayard eyeshadows, stunning. Lip oils, I was so happy to have these in stock. Love them, love them, love them. I mean, seriously, I love them. They're fantastic. So happy to have them. My issue is that, and luminizers are beautiful. Although, to be honest with you, I only know about one luminizer because herein lies the problem. I got a luminizer in Nude Riviera and Pink Riviera. Turns out they're both Pink Riviera because they had a labeling problem. The Bayard and Riviera are vice versa. So my Bayard is actually Riviera and Riviera is actually Bayard. That's a huge problem because I did videos relatively early on because I was able to get them a little earlier saying this is Riviera, this is Bayard, these are pink, this is nude for the luminizers, and it turns out those aren't what they are at all. That is a really huge problem if I'm coming on here to tell you guys this is what this looks like and you go buy it and it turns out to be something completely different because Dior can't figure out how to label a product properly. So that really irritates me. To no end, and I ranted a little bit about that in one of my videos. So I'm really annoyed by that. The products themselves are excellent though, I have to say. They're absolutely beautiful. The summer collection I love, and I would absolutely tell you to pick up the lip oils before they go away again, because I love these lip oils. I picked up 4 of them, but I'm still very annoyed with Dior. Continuing with Dior, they also dropped their velvet quints. The velvet quints are beautiful. The velvet finish is stunning. I have a little bit of the coral velvet and Riviera, which is actually Bayard, on my eyes today. I mixed actually the two, and it's gorgeous. And I have to say, all the velvet quints are beautiful. They're not all my color story, and I did separate videos for each one. I don't know if they're all up yet, but blue velvet's my favorite at the end of the day. But the finish on them and the blendability and the color stories are really distinct and stunning. I think there's something for everyone. So I would recommend you pick them up. At least there doesn't seem to be a labeling problem with those, as far as I'm aware. The brow product. This is the Dior Show Onset Brow. I'm wearing it today. I really like this. It is brown. It's not auburn, so it does not match my hair. But I think it's warm enough that it actually looks very natural because most people who have red hair don't really have red brows unless they're like strawberry blonde type of thing. But, you know, most people have more of a brown brow and redder hair. So I actually think it looks quite nice. If you fit into one of the color stories, I think it's a really good product. I really like it. Very similar to the Kosas, actually. So it's a good product and I really like it. The felt tip pens, I only have 2. I am going to pick up more because I actually like these. The only thing I would say about these, I have which ones did I get? Burnt, I've already forgotten the name. 676, which is I think Satin Rust. I think that's the shade. And then I have 386, which is Emerald Pearl or Pearl Emerald. The thing is about the pens, they work extremely well, and I haven't had any problems with using them over shadow and having them like dry out. They haven't done that. They've worked, even though I've used them on shadow a bunch of times. I don't really feel like the colors really represent the names all that well. This looks gray to me. On camera, it looks a little bit greener, and it looks a little more pearlescent. But when I put this in the light, it just looks gray. It looks this beautiful silver gray, but it doesn't really look green. So I want to go in store to see these before I buy more of them because I want to see the colors in person and then pick out the colors that I want. But the pens actually work really well, and I do recommend them. I think they're really good. Another one that really shocked me is this Dior Pump and Something. I can never remember the name of it, mascara. And I'll tell you why. You pump this, like you can pump the brush, which is kind of interesting. I don't like the brush because the brush is really prickly, and as I've told you many times, I poke myself with these types of brushes. However, when I'm in the mood to do a more dramatic look and really get volume on my eyes and have a really lengthy volume look, if I'm deliberate with this, if I'm careful, pump and volume, that's what it is, pump and volume, this works really well. I have it on today, and I have to say, it really does give quite a bit of volume and quite a bit of length to my eyelashes, and it really does look quite beautiful. I have to be deliberate with it though, because it's a prickly brush. It grabs every lash, but if you're trying to be quick with it, at least me, and you poke your eye with it, it's gonna hurt. So I have to say, it's strange for me recommending it, I know, but I actually really like the way it looks. Like, I like the result a lot. So I think a lot of people are gonna really like that mascara. You should try it. I think you'll like it. Okay, so those were the two big collections. The Suqqu Pre-Summer, Dior Summer, and the Dior Velvets. And the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk stuff that came out, the Quad, the Pillow Talk Shade Mascara, and the highlighter, the Cushion Mask highlighter, I would not say they're favorites. They're not bad. They're fine. But I wasn't like, this is the best thing ever. The Quad, I think, is actually very pretty. I did a video on it. I compared it to Fire Rose and the regular Pillow Talk. I think it's better than the regular Pillow Talk, but not as nice as Fire Rose. I think it's really pretty. Like, it's nice, but it's not a favorite. And that's what I try to, with these videos, I try to be very specific about that. The highlighter in there, I think, is beautiful for an all-over glow, but the problem with it is that there's like sparkly glitter in it that I don't like. And I haven't used it enough to figure out if that's just the purple side of it, because it's kind of like striped. And if that is the case, then maybe I can just focus on the 3/4 of it that I do like. But I have to spend more time with it before I could really say anything. So I'm certainly not going to put it in my favorites at this point, because I just don't feel like that would be, I don't think that'd be fair for me to do. So I haven't. All right, so those were the big collections. Like I said, Chanel Le Beiges is coming up, and Chanel Tweeds should be here in June. So hopefully that'll be included in my summer wrap-up. We'll see how we get there. Foundations. There's been a bunch of foundations that have come out. Danessa Myricks has a balm. Jones Road has a balm, which I haven't picked up yet. I'm not going to pick it up until I get back from my trip. I don't want to get a whole bunch of things right before I have to leave, because then I'll feel bad. I'll be like, oh, I wish I was home to do them. And I don't want to feel that way. I'll pick them up when I come back from my trip. But of the foundations I did pick up, and they weren't technically summer, I guess one of them is the Kosas foundation. This is the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. I have it on my face now. No, this is not the one I have on my face now. Sorry, that was in the other video. I apologize. I've done 2 videos today. Recorded them. This is actually a really good foundation. I have this in 140. It's the perfect shade for me. It's kind of beigey, which is interesting. It's like a neutral, but it has a little bit of pink. It's actually the perfect shade for me and my undertones. I really like this. I think this looks really nice on my skin. I have not had problems with it drying out my skin. I have not had problems with the day as it goes on getting dry. I think it looks really good, and it actually feels very comfortable on me. I do want to make the caveat, though, that even though I do have dry skin, I'm heading into the, quote, spring, summer months here in New England. It's much more humid. Much more. So my skin is actually less dry. And as I've said many times, if you watch my channel, my skin is becoming less dry as I get older anyway, for some odd reason. So I don't think I'm in that supreme dry position anymore. I think I'm more normal to dry, and it works great for me. Seriously, love it. There's a couple of videos I've done with it, and I say that I'm wearing it. Absolutely love the foundation. I think it's great. What I'm wearing today is the Wayne Goss. This is the Wayne Goss, what did he call it? I've already forgotten the name of it. The Luxury Cream Foundation. And I have 9 and 10 mixed, because I don't have an exact shade. So I have 9 and 10 mixed. And then I have 5 on as my contour / bronzer. And honestly, guys, this is a great foundation. It's really, really lightweight. It goes on beautifully. I think it's going to be a little bit similar to the Jones Road and Danessa Myricks, which I will try out again when I get back from my trip, but it feels really good. It feels really comfortable on the skin. It looks super lightweight. It looks like nothing. It feels like nothing. I'm really happy with it. I really, really like it. I hope Wayne will expand his shade range when he has the finances to do so, because again, there's not an exact match for me, and I know there's a lot of exact match for a lot of folks, but I do love the product and the foundation, and I hope that in the future there'll be an exact match for me. If there isn't, I mean, I get that, but I really do like the product. I think it's excellent. So that was definitely a win. The blush that I have on is the Suqqu that I mentioned earlier. Now, the other things that I picked up at Sephora, and there were a bunch of them, right? There was the Patrick Ta, what was it? Dimension 2 that I picked up during the sale. I picked up the Givenchy liquid balms, the swirls. I picked up a bunch of Olaplex products. I picked up a lot of things. And I have to say, and I did a mini review on a lot of it, I was happy with pretty much everything I picked up. Like the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizers is beautiful, and the Givenchy, they're very pretty and they look really nice. I just don't like the tingliness of them. So they're not fails for me, but they're not favorites. They just aren't. The tingliness thing just annoys me. It does go away, but it takes a really long time. So they're not for me. The Patrick Ta Dimension 2, the formula is beautiful. The shades just aren't for me. Again, is it bad? No, it's not bad, but it's not for me. The Suqqu cleanser that I mentioned, that thing is phenomenal. It's the Vitalume. I love that cleanser so much. I thought it was limited edition for a while, and I was gonna have to like buy 3 of them, but luckily it is something that's gonna be around for a while. It's a beautiful, I don't have it up here, but I mentioned it in my updates and mini reviews a couple weeks ago. It's a fabulous cleanser. Fabulous. Love it. Love it. And I would definitely suggest picking it up because it's just gorgeous. The Hermes. This is the Hermes lip oil. I really like this. I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't want to like this. I really didn't, because I felt like the bottle was a little tacky, honestly, when I first saw it, but in person, it's actually much better. A, it's glass, which I like. 2, the lettering is actually kind of cute in person. And the cap, it's like a double cap. I'm not exactly sure why they did it that way, but anyway, I thought it was going to be cheaper looking, and it's actually not. It's actually nice. It does have a little bit of tingle, but not a lot. And the smell is beautiful. The scent in here is gorgeous, and I love the shade. I actually will pick up more of them, but again, I want to see them in person. I want to smell them in person, because the thing about the Hermes lip oils is that they have a scent along with the color, so each one has a different scent. I want to know what the scent is. I want to smell it before I put it on my lips, because it does last. This one is beautiful, and I love it, but I'm glad I got one that I liked, because if it turned out to be one that I didn't like, that would be disappointing. So I want to do it in person, kind of like the Dior felt liners. It's like, I gotta see it in person, because I gotta smell it in person and see what I think. Another liner I want to mention, the Jones Road came up with the Ivy and the, there's a purple one, I forgot the name of it, but those 2 liners, I love the Jones Road products across the board. I've been very excited to use them, and I'm gonna bring some of them on my trip. They're really easy, one-step kind of products to use, great for traveling, and these liners are really good. I mean, they look like just a basic pencil liner, but I have to tell you guys, they go on really smoothly. This is the green one. I like green, you could tell by all the shades on the back of my hand, but it's smudgeable, but it doesn't come off. It stays on, it looks beautiful. It's really easy on the eye. It's not irritating. It doesn't tug on an older eye. And I would really recommend them. I would also recommend pretty much everything from Jones Road. The only thing I don't like from Jones Road is the lip gloss. And it's because it's a juicy tube, basically, and I just don't like that. It's just not, I find it messy and I don't enjoy it. But everything else I love. I actually picked up her face pencils, and when I pick up her balm face tinted moisturizer, whatever she's calling it, I forget exactly the name, I will do a review on that as well. And I'll compare that to the Wayne Goss and to the Janessa Marks when I pick it up. But I think the Jones Road line is really excellent. I really have not disliked anything that has come out. The other liners that I would recommend for eyeliners, of course, are the Chanel's. And I talked about this, and I did an Instagram post. These are, quote, new. These shades used to exist in Chanel. And Maroon Teak is this gorgeous brown. Blue Jean is this amazing blue-gray. Black Jade is a greenish black. And then Berry is this gorgeous plum. And I'll show them to you on the back of my hand. There's a couple of other shades. There's a gray, there's a black. I forget what the other ones are. But I honestly tell you, and I don't take these things lightly, these are absolutely worth picking up. Every person. If you wear a liner on your eyes, get one. Pick one of them. They're soft enough that you can, blend them out on your eyes, and you can even smudge them, but they will stay on. They will stay on all day. You will not have a problem. And I'm telling you, the colors are gorgeous. They really are. We've got Maroon Teak, Blue Jean, Black Jade, and Berry. And I don't know what else to say. You should buy them. I'm not, you know me, if you've watched me, I'm not the kind of person who's go out and buy stuff, but these are really, really good. These liners are excellent. They're absolutely worth it. And the colors are unique. The gray shade that they have, I think it's called Graphite, and it's similar to the shade that's in their waterproofs. And the difference in consistency is those are more like gel and these are more like pencil, but these are more like kohl. But either way, I'm telling you, they last all day. You're not gonna have to worry about them coming off. Now, if you're super, super, super oily lids, yes, go with the waterproof ones. Those stay on even longer. Those are a little difficult to get off. But these, for anybody who's oily all the way to dry, they're gonna be comfortable, they're gonna work, they're beautiful. And the shades are gorgeous. Blue Jean is probably my favorite because it's just kind of unusual. It looks a lot like the Dior Blue Velvet Quint, I have to say. It's like that bluish, grayish, periwinkle. It's stunning. It's beautiful. And then last but not least, I want to mention the Esom pencils. And these are the dual pencils, and I have them in every shade because Esom was kind enough to send them to me. And the new shades that came out, because the one I have on today is nude, but let me pull really quickly the ones that are new, because these shades are really pretty, and I think that they've kind of been overlooked a little bit because it's Esom and it's not talked about as much as maybe some of the others, but these are really unusual shades. So this is Brazen. Now, Brazen is on one side, a very bright pink, and then on the other side, almost like a really bright orange. But for folks that wear these brighter shades, and I have friends who wear this bright orange all the time, there's really not a lot of other eyeliners out there, lip liners out there that have that kind of shade. And these liners, by the way, they are like the Chanel eyeliners. These do not come off. They are waterproof and they stay on all day. It's pretty amazing. And this is the blushed. And this is the blushed double-ended pencil. And honestly, this is my favorite. There's nude, which is what I have on today, but I think I like the blushed better. There's also plum. Those aren't new, but the shades are beautiful. And I have to tell you guys, these pencils, they are as good. I think they're as good as the Sisley or Dior. That's the nude. They last all day long. They're really, really good. 1 gram, 0.35 ounces, made in San Francisco. Made in Germany, produced in San Francisco. I'm really impressed with their liners. I've always liked the Esom eyeliners. I have the duals in those, but I hadn't tried the lip pencils until really recently, and they're really, really good. They're creamy. You can tell they just go on really well, and they're really smooth, but they have this waterproof kind of texture so that they don't come off as easily throughout the day when you're drinking and eating and stuff, because they kind of retain, but they're not sticky or annoying. They don't feel heavy or anything. I gotta tell you, I'm really impressed with the Esom lip pencils. They're really, really good. Really, really, really good. So that's it overall. I'd say the only fails, and I don't even think they're fails. I'd say the Patrick Ta Dimension 2 is just not really my thing. I just don't like the colors. The formula is great. The colors I don't really like. The Givenchy lip balms, these, you know, some are color, some are the ones that like change based on your pH, and others are just, you know, shades. They're fine. They look pretty, but they have the plumping thing, and I really just don't like the plumping thing. That's just me. This is my take. I don't like the plumping thing. I forgot to mention the Milk Makeup Bronzer. This thing is stunning. This is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I have it in, I can't remember now. I'll put it down below, but it's not Shapeshift. That's what it is, Shapeshift. It's not like a true stark bronzer. It's more natural glow bronzer, but it looks really good. It looks really, really good. Even on my very pale skin, this Shapeshift still looks phenomenally good. So this is excellent. I talked a million times about the Laura Mercier and how great those were, so I'm not gonna go into that again because those I love, but you all know that, like backwards and forwards. The Say blush, I like it. The color's really pretty, but it's a little too tacky for me, which is interesting because I have dry skin, but it just didn't really dry down, which is interesting because, you know, it should. My skin is drier. Even though, like I said, it's going more towards normal, it's still not in any way oily. And I don't feel like the Say blush really dried down on me. So that one was kind of an if. The only thing I didn't mention, the Gucci liquid lip. I don't know what to say on this one yet, to be honest with you guys. I'm trying to be fair to it because it's not bad, but it's not a favorite. I think it's just because I don't like liquid lips. I just don't. I think my lips are just too dry. I think they're just too dry for it. And although it's fine, I think it's fine. It didn't hurt. It didn't make my lips more dry, which is nice. Yeah, it's just not a favorite. Maybe we should call that a fail. I don't know, but I see fail for me is more like, there's been a couple of things. If you've watched my channel for a while and I've talked about fails, I'm like, that just was bad. Like, just terrible. None of these things were terrible. They're just not my preference. You know, the Patrick Ta Dimension 2, it's just not my color story. The Givenchy, I just don't like lip plumpers. The Gucci liquid lip, I don't like liquid lips. So, I mean, it's not a huge shock that I don't like those things. Everything else, you know, has been really, really good and excellent. Or I've just been like, eh. So I don't know if I'd call it a fail, but that's where I'm at. That's how everything worked for me overall. So hopefully that was helpful. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.